Drama, you guys. A drama video. This woman is a demon. This woman scares me, you guys. I don't understand her at all. Like, I don't get it. Like, she used to look so cute and so fine, and then like, why? I honestly feel like Illuminati exists and they took her over, and like now she's one of the Illuminati. So let's see. The horrifying transformation of Doja Cat.
Doja Cat has evolved from a bubbly pink pop princess to an edgy,
Cute.
dark, and honestly
now,
confusing artist.
so
Now,
confusing.
celebrities as famous as Doja Cat are held to standards that are near impossible to meet. But what happens when a celebrity just gives up, disregards all societal standards, and starts acting in
And
a
you
way
guys, she's even so mean to her fans. Like, it's unbelievable.
where you have no idea if what you are looking at is real or fake? We have to acknowledge from the beginning that everything in Doja Cat's career could be one orchestrated marketing stunt, or we could actually be witnessing someone descending into madness. Doja Cat's superpower is that
it's
she
loud.
knows the internet very well. She knows what type of humor the internet will gravitate to. She knows what will
I
cause
mean,
controversy.
she definitely is succeeding because she's always in the news for these things that she's doing. So she knows what she's doing, but is every attention good attention? You know, like, I don't really know. Like, yeah, you will get the money, but is that enough? Is money everything you want?
And she has continuously exploited that throughout her career. She obtained this knowledge by being essentially raised by the internet. I definitely didn't like to leave my room. I don't know if I was agoraphobic, but I definitely thought that I was at the time.
agoraphobic?
It was very, very hard for me to go outside. According to Doja, she would skip school for days at a time, spending endless hours in various online chat rooms. She claims that she was often a victim of online bullying, but this allowed her to develop a thick skin and join in on the fun through her own offensive rhetoric. So I became the person who would often make offensive jokes and do things sort of out of the box. From the slapstick comedy of E-Bomb's world to the hyperconnectivity of MySpace, as well as the edgy, politically incorrect depths of 4chan, Doja developed a fascination with internet culture. But this time in her life would later come back to haunt her. I was very into finding underground artists that rapped. It was
What was
maybe
that?
around 11th grade that I figured that this is what I really wanted to do. Performing in music was all I ever cared about. She eventually dropped out of school at 16 and spent all of her free time making music and sharing it online. Her track So High was uploaded November of 2012, which would eventually change her life. The only time Doja would leave her house was to network with other musicians in the underground LA scene. Verbies, a rapper, promoter, and radio host in LA, helped book Doja's first ever show at an event he founded dubbed the Banana Showcase.
Be like, Your Highness, why you always buying that fly? Why you gotta check them tyrants? And why you shut it down like hydrants?
Although most of you know Doja as a pop star, she was initially trying to be a rapper. When they were developing her, I was like a live performance coach and rap coach, Verbies recalled. I would play her hella hip-hop videos
When
and we'd
they were
freestyle. She was
developing
phenomenal.
her.
She didn't really need
That's
me,
scary
but I
to
just
say.
happened to be there.
Who
Eddie
are
Beats
they?
was a producer that heard So High and was blown away. He connected Doja with industry executives, resulting in Doja signing with Kimosabe Records, an imprint of RCA Records founded by record producer and songwriter Dr. Luke while she was
Damn.
just 17 years
Illuminati
old.
confirmed.
This deal also came with a temporary artist management
Yeah, I know where
partnership
you
with
can
Rock Nation.
think of
Through
it like that.
Kimosabe, Doja released her debut EP, Her, with the track So High being re-released as her solo commercial debut single. It seemed like Doja was about to explode into the mainstream, but signing with Dr. Luke was a mistake she could have never foreseen. In 2014, Dr. Luke gained widespread media attention after Kesha filed a lawsuit against him. She accused Dr. Luke of sexual, physical, and emotional abuse over the course of several years, starting when she was 18.
Poor
She also
Kesha.
claimed that Dr. Luke was intentionally sabotaging her career. Kesha also sought to be released from her recording contract with Kimosabe Records. This case was huge news, with hashtag Free Kesha becoming a movement on social media. Coincidentally, Doja Cat's career came to a screeching halt as soon as Kesha's lawsuit was filed. Rapper Wale wanted to take Doja on his 30-city Simply Nothing tour across the USA, giving her some much-needed exposure to a mainstream audience, but she had to pull out because she didn't have the support of her label. Now, Doja never made any allegations against Dr. Luke, but is it a stretch to assume that Dr. Luke was more focused on fighting this lawsuit than helping his new signee with her career? Because Doja took a 3.5-year break from releasing music. In the music industry, they call this being shelved, which is when a label signs you, holds you in a contract, but doesn't do anything to help your career career, metaphorically putting you on a shelf to collect dust. She kept money rolling in by doing whatever live performances possible, like doing a mini tour with the Philius London in 2015, as well as a short tour with Lizzo in 2017. Doja even turned down a feature on Billie Eilish's 2017 hit single, Bellyache.
6 years ago.
Fans would see Doja often on Periscope Live cooking up songs in her bedroom, but she had no intentions on releasing them until 2018. Her comeback in 2018 involved her ditching the rapper career path and aesthetic. She instead followed the typical pop star formula of selling sex through music. She debuted tracks like Roll With Us, Go to Town, and Candy, along with her 13-track album, Amala. But a lot of these songs fell on deaf ears. Kimosabe Records didn't do any marketing for her, didn't get her interviews, nor were they putting her on major festivals. She was watching her career fly by and reached a moment where she had nothing left to lose.
It didn't work for
One night
her.
on an Instagram Live with her core group of 60 fans watching, she made a masterpiece meme that would change her life. Producer Troy Noka sent her a sample of Wes Montgomery's Polka Dots and Moonbeams, asking her to make a beat for his album. At the time, she'd just received a cow costume in the mail. Doja hopped on Instagram Live and began writing Moo with her fans. 6 hours later, Doja and her fans wrote a song about her being a cow. But the silly song needed a silly music video. I opened up Photo Booth on my laptop and used the green screen feature with a green sheet that I hadn't used since I was 12, that was buried in the depths of my closet. I tacked it to a wall with a hammer, right over my mirror, and used some LED Christmas lights to light everything. The crappy lighting and terrible quality green screen, combined with a song that is intentionally bad, was the perfect thing to release in summer of 2018, when we were at the peak of the Lil Pump, Bad Baby, Lil Xan, Boonk Gang, Whoa Vicky, Supreme Patty, Lil Tay, Instagram clout wave. Doja Cat's Moo music video fit right in this universe because people thought she was just a new quirky YouTuber who had a green screen and got bored. The music video for Moo garnered over 5 million views in 2 weeks and went extremely viral on every social media platform. But when people looked deeper, they realized she was an extremely talented pop artist with a record deal who had an entire album she just released a few months ago. Most people who go viral are not ready for a full-blown music career. Doja was more prepared than ever, and she was able to immediately capitalize on it. But first, she had to make some apologies. Some of her old tweets resurfaced of her using the F slur, to which she immediately responded by admitting she has used the word over 15,000 times in her life, then saying, "I don't think I hate gay people. Gay is okay." Obviously, this didn't go over well, and she issued a more formal apology the next day. This had no impact on her career and momentum, but it would not be the last time she would have to apologize for her past. Now that she went viral on her own, her label decided to support her. She embarked on a 23-city tour 1 month later and was finally getting interviews from Billboard, Genius, and Black.
Okay, like what is that? Doja Cat Moo. 129 million views. Oh. Okay, now I get it.
TV. She rolled out a big single alongside Rico Nasty called Tia Tamara, which maintained a lighthearted and fun approach to her music. Doja understood that fans loved the satire and goofiness of Moo, but she ultimately wanted to be taken seriously as a musician. A lot of artists that blow up off memes have a hard time being taken seriously, but the music industry was craving more female talent and Doja was ready to fill that niche. Her debut single Juicy alongside Tyga debuted at number 83 on the Hot 100, her first entry on the charts. It would eventually peak at number 43 due to various TikTok trends associated with the track. Her second studio album, Hot Pink, was an overtly girly, bubbly, sexy record that complemented her fun energy while still remaining professional. Say So wasn't rolled out as a single but sparked a dance trend on TikTok. All the biggest influencers like Charli D'Amelio and James Charles helped skyrocket this song. The popularity prompted a remix featuring Nicki Minaj. As it gained steam, she tweeted, "If Say So hits number 1, I'll show you guys my boobs really hard." This tweet made headlines, some making fun of her desperation to go number 1, but then it worked. Say So peaked at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and achieved a Guinness World Record for the first female rap duo to reach number 1 on the US singles chart.
I just realized I have to show my boobs real hard. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. I did play you. I'm not showing my boobs real hard, man. You got fucking played.
People online were furious that she broke her promise. She's messing with the simps. Trust me, the simps will overpower her and eventually expose something bad about her.
Did she like
this
show her
commenter
boobs
couldn't have been more
50,000
right.
times?
A few days later, a Twitter user resurfaced an old video of Doja in what they claimed was an alt-right chat room. On a website called Tiny Chat, Doja is seen wiggling and writhing while making sexual noises and advances towards other people in the chat before dropping the hard R.
Her shirt reminds me of a baby duck.
Not only was she acting really strange, but the other people on the call were using blatantly racist rhetoric. This was Doja's response.
In this video, I'm being completely blackout drunk and completely dumb.
In regards to people being racist in the chat room, this was her response.
You know what I do understand is that there is racism that happens across Tiny Chat. And there is racism that happens across Instagram. There's racism that happens across Twitter. This happens everywhere. It just happens more on Tiny Chat because it's not as monitored. When you see racist on Tiny Chat, it's because people aren't paying attention. I've seen it, and I know that I've been targeted by it, but the narrative that it's a white supremacist chat is completely incorrect.
But it didn't stop there. Fans also discovered a 2015 song Doja recorded called Din Do Nuffin. Din Do Nuffin is a racist term that originated on Pol, which is an abbreviation for politically incorrect, an anonymous board on 4chan dedicated to current events and political discussion. This board has a reputation as a breeding ground for fringe beliefs and unapologetically grotesque takes. The term Din Do Nuffin is derived from the phrase didn't do nothing, a plea of innocence often used in reference to unarmed black men killed by police. The term was used to mock and criticize the black community during the Black Lives Matter protests. Hashtags like Doja Cat is over party and only clans began trending on Twitter. People believe that the chat room video and controversial song indicated a pattern of Doja's racist behavior. Not long after these conversations started, Doja issued a formal apology in which she acknowledged her involvement in the chat rooms, but also debunked the narrative that she's anti-black. She also jumped on an Instagram Live for 30 minutes where she gave a concise explanation.
When I used it, it was because I was in chat rooms all the time and I was kind of locked away, and I was always on there just dealing with people coming at me left and right talking about different
her shirt says hentai. I just got it.
The term that I used in the song is one that I learned that day. So people were calling me it left and right, and I used it in a song. You used
the term in a song that you just learned about. I mean, dude, like, how dumb is that? Search the term, figure out what you're saying. That's out there forever. That can ruin your career. You know that one mistake can ruin your career.
And it was to kind of take back and just say f you to those people.
But again, this would not be the last time Doja's internet past would come back to haunt her. Fortunately for Doja, her ever-growing list of accomplishments shined bright over any controversy she endured. Although her Hot Pink tour was postponed, she performed at the 2020 MTV Music Awards where she won the award for Best New Artist. Following performances on both The Tonight Show and Jimmy Kimmel Live,
the good thing
her
she
feature
has
on the
is that
album
she's
track
talented and her
Motive
music
from
is
Ariana
good.
Grande's 2020 album Positions
And
peaked
she's
at number
pretty.
32 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart, becoming both her highest debut and second ever top 40 entry. Later that year, Doja performed at the 2020 MTV Europe Music Awards, where she won the award for Best New Act.
More like
she went on
used
to
to
win
be
the
hot
New Artist of
before the
2020 and New Artist
transformation,
of the Year at the
But she
46
can go back
People's
to being
Choice
hot,
Awards
just
and the
grow
2020
your
American
hair and
Music
stop
Awards,
acting.
respectively. Billboard ranked
way.
Doja Cat number 5 on both the Top New Artist of 2020 and Top Female Artist of 2020 charts. She ranked atop Rolling Stone's list of the 10 biggest breakthrough artists of 2020, following a 300% increase in her on-demand audio streams in the US.
Wow.
Forbes also named Doja one of the top breakout stars of 2020, while including her on the annual 30 Under 30 list. She was also nominated for 3 different awards at the 63rd Annual Grammys. In 2021, she continued to absolutely dominate. She toned down the bright, colorful costumes and pink-dyed hair for a muted, mature aesthetic. She released several hits, including Best Friend featuring Saweetie, 34 plus 35 with Megan Thee Stallion and Ariana Grande, as well as Streets, all of which peaked within the top 20 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. In the spring of 2021, Doja released Kiss Me More featuring SZA. This collaboration reached top 5 in 18 different countries, received critical acclaim, and captured Doja her first Grammy for Best Pop Duo / Group Performance. But with all the success, she claims she didn't enjoy it.
I don't have any new music. Like, just have fun and like just jam and like make some shit. Like, I haven't done that in maybe 5 years, feels like. Yeah, I made my album, put it out, But that's like a requirement. Like I have to make that. Like
Yeah.
I had to make that album.
Yeah.
It's easy to understand musicians can experience burnout due to
Yeah, I
demanding schedules,
understand.
late night performances,
I'm not
long
a musician,
rehearsals,
but,
frequent
like-
travel, repetitive interviews.
Yeah.
There is an intense pressure to
Like,
consistently
this
deliver
is
high quality.
like, the thing is that they don't have a break for themselves, and then they have to consistently be inspired, motivated to do these things, motivated to bring new content, new music. And this is art, you know, you cannot push art. And there is no time to even like go somewhere and be inspired. And usually people get inspired mostly when they are by themselves in alone time and when they have free time, so they can literally think about it and bring these ideas to life. But if she's on the go the whole time, she cannot even have a second for herself to reflect on her own success, you know. And then it all just passes by so quickly that she doesn't even know all the things she has accomplished. She doesn't even feel it. And her body and her mental health, you know, deteriorates. I'm not only talking about her, I'm talking about every artist out there.
performances, whether in live settings or in the studio.
And that's why a
Her
lot
sing-
of them like genuinely like go into the bad way of like using drugs and other enhancements to be able to perform, because they lose all motivation to do it. Like your body is like saying no all the time.
saying she had to make her album led people to believe there was drama with her and Dr. Luke. Maybe she felt a lack of control over her career. Her saying that she hasn't made music for fun led people to believe her label wanted her to make formulaic pop music so they can bring in millions. This pressure, combined with the endless amount of scrutiny and negativity online, having to constantly apologize for wrongdoings, likely made Doja feel like this whole music industry is smoke and mirrors. Her potential descent into madness was beginning. Are you drinking water? In March of 2020, Doja traveled to Paraguay for their annual Asunciónico festival, which was canceled upon arrival due to severe weather conditions which included flooding and thunderstorms. Doja's hotel location was leaked, and fans, eager to see their favorite musician, piled up outside the hotel hoping for her to come out.
And this
Eventually,
also-
fans grew frustrated when Doja failed to acknowledge them, both in person and on social media. While fans aren't entitled to Doja's time outside of when she's scheduled to perform, her seemingly self-absorbed tweets the following day caused a justified uproar on social media. The next day, Doja checked out of her hotel and tweeted, "There was a storm in Paraguay, the show got cancelled. When I left the next morning, there wasn't one person outside the hotel waiting for me." After a flurry of backlash, she said, "I don't give a," followed by, "This ain't for me, so I'm out. Y'all take care," before changing her Twitter name to I Quit. Her reaction to this situation that was totally out of her control either proves 1, she is legitimately sick and tired of the pressure of this industry, or 2, she is just a snobby, childish brat ungrateful for her career.
Or maybe both.
Doja's response to criticism has always been the same since day one. She would initially respond sarcastically, and when that response garnered more criticism, she'd finally take the situation seriously and
Somebody
issue
needs
a
to take
formal
away her
apology.
Twitter for a
However,
while.
the secondary apologies always felt insincere,
Oh, no.
since her genuine feelings toward the topic were always displayed
needs a
during
break
those
from the
initial
net.
responses, which brings us to our next controversy where she made a huge deal out of nothing. Doja DM'd Noah Schnapp, the 17-year-old star of Stranger
from
Things,
Stranger
to get the
Things.
attention of Joseph Quinn, another cast
Yeah.
member who she had been lusting over
He's
on
in
Twitter.
Fantastic
Noah
Four, by
posted
the way.
DMs thinking it was a silly
will
joke,
be.
only for Doja to get really angry about it.
That Noah did that. Like,
Wait,
went
what
and
did he
posted
do?
a pri-
Who she had been lusting over on Twitter. Noah to get the attention of Joseph Quinn, another cast member who she had been lusting over on Twitter. Noah posted the DMs thinking
Noah, can you tell Joseph to... What's HMU? Hit me up? Wait, no, does he have a girlfriend? I'll slide into his DMs. I don't know his IG or Twitter. He doesn't have a DM to slide in. Right here, madam.
it was a silly joke, only for Doja to get really angry about it.
that Noah did that. Like, went and posted a private conversation between me and him is
Why did
so
Noah do that, though? That's mean.
unbelievably like socially
He
unaware
shouldn't have done that, yeah.
and whack. You
I
know what I mean? Like,
understand
that's
her.
like borderline snake. That's like weasel. That's what
But
I'm
also-
saying. It's not that deep. It's just that he's like a very
But why did you not like go and talk to him about it? Why did you have to go live in front of 55,000 people and talk shit about Noah? Like, you are also doing the sleazy shit too.
Dumb kid.
Doja assumed people would automatically take her side since Noah exposed their private messages. However, many people saw it as her trashing an innocent 17-year-old. What she said in the DMs was already public knowledge, and when Twitter users told her that she was overreacting to this small conflict, she played the victim and responded in an insincere, sarcastic tone. Y'all are so cringe and lame and nobody wants to hang with you. That's why y'all be on here unironically writing replies to that makes you mad. Doja is clearly fed up with the negativity
Aren't
that
you
comes
doing
with
that
fame.
right
Whether
now?
her controversies are
Oh my
self-inflicted
God, look
or
in the
not, she was
mirror.
done with the expectations, done with petty drama, done with apologies, done trying to appease anyone but herself,
Yeah.
and now it was her turn to control the narrative. She started by shaving her head bald. Then she went on Instagram Live and shaved her eyebrows.
Britney
During
Spears
the live,
moment?
she said, "I feel like I was never supposed to have hair anyway." Whenever female celebrities randomly shave their head, people quickly assume that they have gone crazy, especially after the world witnessed Britney Spears infamously shave her head while having a mental breakdown in 2007. But when she attended Paris Fashion Week, people second-guessed her intentions. Doja collaborated with makeup artist Pat McGrath to create a strapless red dress while she was covered head to
This was
toe
the
in
craziest
30,000
shit ever.
crimson red crystals. The look took almost 5 hours to complete, and while some people shrugged it off as just another crazy fashion choice for the sake of shock value, others made Illuminati conspiracy theories that she was imitating Lucifer and this was nothing more than symbolism for the demonic realities of the entertainment
here we go.
industry. You could even say Doja's fashion antics are similar to the many stunts Lady Gaga pulled back in the early 2000s.
True.
Then again, they said that Gaga was in the Illuminati as well. Little did we know, putting together a creative or potentially shocking ensemble for Fashion Week became one of the least bizarre things Doja does. Doja announced that she planned on returning to her rap roots for her upcoming 4th studio album. She wanted to diverge from the pink and soft things and pop and glittery sounds that defined her career up until now. Her song Attention piqued some interest in the rap world, but fans who'd become accustomed to Doja's pop records were expressing their disappointment on social media, leading to Doja tweeting, "My comment section on IG used to only be positivity because I was doing what everyone wanted me to do, and I love that I can see through all the bull now." She clarified that it wasn't anything personal, but was discontent cranking out
Think
digestible
about
pop hits
this,
for
you guys. There is a bit of truth in this, but I also think that the road she's taking is not good for herself. I understand this constant positivity and pushing this narrative of like good girl and positivity all the way is BS a lot of times, you know. But if we, for example, take the other way around and we don't go for positivity, we go for negativity and we go for the bad girl, and then we continue going downhill like that, because you cannot just stay on the same line. You either go down, down, or you go up, up, you know? And eventually your brain starts believing in all of these things. And even if you are portraying a character or pretending something to hurt other people's or whatever, other people, then your brain eventually will figure it out and think that what you're saying is, I don't know how to explain it, but what you're saying is true. It will believe it and it will become negative. And then all these negativity thoughts will be surrounding you on a daily basis. And then you're making your own life hell for some other people who don't even matter. So even if it is BS, even if it is not true, this high positivity, high perfect lifestyle is not true. We all know it's not true. Thriving for it and perceiving it and continually like talking about it and having it in your life is a good thing, because your brain wants to accomplish things. Your brain will want to have these goals. Your brain will want to push harder to be happier. Even if it is not the case, it is good for you. It's not a bad thing, in my opinion. Yeah, it can have some negativity, but whenever it goes to that negative side, you have to shift. You have to find a way to shift, but not shift to the bad, you know, just shift in a different direction, in a different color or whatever. But just don't shift to the bad, because it never ends good.
children on Twitter to get into fights about. She tweeted, "Planet Her and Hot Pink were cash grabs, and y'all fell for it. Now I can go disappear somewhere and touch grass with my loved ones on an island while y'all weep for mediocre pop." People were feeling regret for having ever supported her music, but this is the most honest thing Doja has ever said. Most of the music you love is a highly formulaic, soulless product that is scientifically engineered for you to love it.
Just the fact that
Look
she
at what it took
had
for
the need to say that to other people means that she is kind of suffering, subconsciously or consciously. It means that she has some type of hatred, some type of negativity that she, even if she's on an island with her loved ones, soaking the sun, you know, it's still there in the back of her head. And that's something she needs to deal with, because she will never be truly happy.
Doja to blow up, making the worst song possible to get attention. It is totally believable to think Doja just did whatever she could to make some money and be set for life. This is metaphorically what people refer to as selling their soul, but Doja was doing more than metaphors. She showed off a new tattoo of a scaled animal figure crossbred with female attributes. The photo went viral on social media, with many calling Doja's tattoo demonic. One fan expressed their concern, writing, "Used to love you, but you clearly sold your soul to the devil. Unfollow." Doja replied, "Whatever helps you sleep at night." She'd post another tattoo, an antelope skull on her wrist. Then she would tattoo a bat skeleton on her back. The allegations regarding her being
This is a cool
indoctrinated
tattoo,
into the Illuminati or practicing demonic worship only increased as time went on. Her Instagram became filled with cryptic messages and spooky videos to roll out her album.
I
She
mean,
posted
to be honest, Illuminatis and stuff like that, if they deal with these things, they try their best to hide it and portray a different kind of like a good girl, you know? And they're in the background Illuminati and shit. They don't usually they don't usually put it out there. So they don't like it to put it out there.
very unflattering photos of herself. Her album was called Scarlet. She posted what people thought was the album cover, which consisted of her drenched in blood with a stripped down Freemason symbol. She also announced a multi-city
she's
tour,
playing the
which people
role,
called a devil worship show. She'd post videos of herself crawling in the shadows, photo shoots where she was drenched in blood, and selfies of blood dripping down her nose. She even posted a selfie
I
wearing
don't
a
like
shirt with an
this.
image of Sam Hyde, an infamous internet troll / comedian who often incorporates racist or anti-Semitic humor in his bits. The image of Hyde brandishing a rifle on Doja's t-shirt is a common meme on social media following mass shootings. Her song Paint the Town Red was her leaning more into this overtly demonic art style. The song topped the charts in 19 countries.
Yeah, all for
it became
attention.
Doja's
She's
second
still
single
doing it
and
for
first as a
attention.
solo artist to top the Billboard Hot 100.
Like,
Paint the Town Red made history.
if you made all of these tattoos, is there really a need to take a picture and share them online? I mean, you did it on your body. We really don't need to see that. Oh, you need attention? You need likes, dislikes? You need comments? Oh, okay, interesting.
By becoming the first solo female rap song in Spotify history to top the platform's global and US top 50 charts, and the fastest solo female rap song to amass 100 million streams. Turns out devil imagery is still an effective marketing strategy. If the signs weren't obvious enough though, Doja began teasing a promotional single titled Demons. In promotional photos uploaded to Instagram, Doja can be seen dressed up as
Oh
a
my God,
demon.
that's scary!
The music video
That's
further cemented
actually
Doja's
scary.
transformation from the quirky girl in a cow suit to something straight out of a horror film. Some people are praising Doja, that she is finally being herself. She's finally free of all the expectations of the music industry and doesn't have to live up to unattainable beauty standards. Some people think what Doja is doing here is mocking the people who think an artist has to sell their soul to make it into the industry. You have to remember she is an expert internet troll, crawling out from the deepest depths of 4chan. She knows all of this imagery will cause controversy. She knows she will
Yeah.
get news coverage and have outraged parents calling for her music and concerts to be banned. She knows there will be conspiracy theories regardless, so she could be ironically presenting herself as a devil worshipper to make people think she has gone insane. Is this an extremely corny and overused art style for artists? Yes. Is it actually an Illuminati psyop? Maybe. Did it work? Not really. Doja's fourth studio album Scarlet debuted at number 4 on the Hot 200, moving 72,000 album equivalent units. In comparison, Planet Her debuted at number 2 and sold 109,000 units. Despite being on track to be the highest selling female pop star in the world, Doja potentially scared her audience away.
I don't think it's only because she scared her. Yeah, she can get new audience who's into that. There's always people who are into that. But it's a huge shift, you know. And like, let's say you have a YouTube channel that deals with Roblox, and then suddenly you start making like horror documentaries. You know, you had children watching you who are into Roblox and positivity and, like, you know, it's just cute, adorable things. Or let's even say Barbies. I don't know, like Barbie channel, Barbie Dream House. And then you change into this horror, you know, and like, of course, you lose all your subscribers, and it will take a huge curve for you to gain new ones. but it will take time. So I don't think it's like the end for her. Maybe she will get new audience who is into that. And if that's who she is, and if that's what makes her happy, and if she feels right, if that's her skin, you know, and she was pretending to be someone else, but now she's truly herself, she will find people who feel the same way. And that's her own world, and she can do whatever she wants as long as she is not racist, as long as she is not disrespectful to others. But the problem is that she was, and she is disrespectful to the fans. She's like, it's one thing to say, hey, yo, I just decided to be who I am now, and I don't feel like I was back in the day. Goodbye to the old me, you know, and like, respect whatever, bye-bye. No, she's like literally shitting on everything that she has accomplished and shitting on all the fans that have supported her. So the new ones who even want to be fans are now like, hey, why would I even be a fan to a person that will eventually like turn their back on me after all the support and all the money that I pour into their career? So it's not the best choice for a career, but who knows? We'll see. It's still ongoing, you know. Maybe I'm wrong. Opinions change. Maybe tomorrow I'll change my opinion, but this is how I feel like today. Yeah.